Well, I'm looking into one of these cameras, and I really don't care which, I suppose. But that's just me, because this is TC Muzique, which would make me Mr. Swizzo. And welcome back to Studio A down by the lazy river. We are alive once again tonight, and I am bereft of my co-host, who will return soon, I promise. And let's see, is everybody getting out all of their woolen clothing? 'Cause it smells like we finally are gonna have to give up on the warm weather. But, as a wise somebody once said, we find it keeps the riffraff out now, doesn't it? So, button up. Coming up very soon, the suburbs return to a caboose near you. Look up the particulars on that one. And do not forget, as a matter of fact, you may already go out and purchase your tickets for the umpteenth annual tribute to John Lennon, December 8th at First Avenue, Curtis A. and Friends. And if you haven't seen that one, you need to. We've been doing it for a long time, and it is an evening not to be missed. Tonight I walked in, and the first thing I spied was a ukulele, combined with a flugelhorn, a trumpet, a keyboard, a bass guitar. Just wait till you hear this, boys and girls, and in the fine tradition of Alice Cooper and John Williams and a lot of other people that we will explore in a few minutes, please welcome to TC Muzique, it's John Charles.
Thank you. Hi, I'm John, this is Brian, and this is Johnny, and we're your entertainment for the evening. And we're going to start out with a little number called Bob, which is about a middle-aged guy, kind of like myself. Yes, I'm dating myself, folks, who's trying very hard to be young. Here we go. Bob, you're not a rapper, I'm pretty sure now it isn't meant to be. I said, Bob, look in the mirror, 52, and you're whiter than me. Bob, take the beret off, you're a dentist, you don't think poetry. I said, Bob, put down the bongos, you're as square can be. I've got to hand it to you, you've tried most everything. Shock therapy and high colonics weren't your thing. I hear that country music sometimes really swings. You could take up line dancing, oh the joy that cowboy boots can bring, baby. And Johnny's wearing a pair and I think they're cool. Bob, I like the nose ring, it really goes with the dental decor. I said, Bob, I'm the bearer of some bad news, you're not hardcore. Bob, is that a Harley, or did you buy it as a tax write-off? I said, Bob, do me a favor, but don't tell me how you're gonna rock. It's good to be youthful, have a skateboarding fling, but you're not at all athletic, now your ass is in a sling. The metal music your hygienist plays is sweet. You could take up stage diving, oh the joy. When the ball smashes your teeth, Bob, your bicuspids, they're gonna hurt. Ow! Bob, you're into flannel, and Seattle ain't around the block. I said, Bob, your hair's thin and you're still trying to wear dreadlocks. Bob, you're not a punker, you can't stay up past 9 o'clock. I said, Bob, do me a favor, please don't tell me how you're gonna rock. I've got to hand it to you, you've tried most everything. Shock therapy and high colonics weren't your thing. I see that Novocaine is in the cards for you. You could try scrotal piercing, oh the joy, when the skin turns black and blue. It's good to be youthful, have a skateboarding fling, but you're not at all athletic, now your ass is in a sling. The metal music your hygienist plays is sweet. You could take up stage diving, oh the joy, when the ball smashes your teeth. Yes, thank you very much, concert audience somewhere in this room. Behind us. Okay, this next one is called The Wild Western, and I came up with it with a friend of mine after he showed me some chords and did some trumpet noises, and as soon as he did that, this very fine and funny song came out of us. It's called The Wild Western. Constantinople and all his outlaw friends, ruthless and cunning, the rampage never ends. Down in the valley or heading them off at the pass, the Wild Western cliches will fly like bullets, yes. These men were hard, yes, they play cards. We'll tell you more after the trumpets end. Sheriff McDonald and Jeff the deputy loved law and order, and I don't mean on TV. Jeff felt bewildered as clouds of dust they formed. Out in the desert, Constantinople stormed with one desire spread hellfire. We'll tell you more after the trumpets end.
Constantinople, he held a big grudge.
But Sheriff McDonald, he had other plans in store to stop the one called Connie, whose attitude was poor. Sheriff McDonald had his 6-gun at his side, but Jeff the deputy, well, his poor father died. The outlaw called Connie had put him in his grave. He was a colored about them at the Buzzard Town Bank. Constantinople rode down the dusty street. He yelled out to the sheriff, "Your sheriff you will meet," and your maker. The town drunk when sober, the barber nicked a beard. The blacksmith went missing, the gals broke out in tears.
A single shot rang out over Buzzard Town. And then it hit
The chest of a bandito, his heart the bullet tore. It stopped the one called Connie, whose attitude was poor. Constantinople and all its hellbound friends, ruthless and cunning, but now the rampage ends. Out in the valley, or heading them up at the wild western saga will now be laid to rest. It sure was fun. The song is done. We'll tell you more after the trumpets end. We'll tell you more after the trumpets end. Thank you. Little hard on the throat there, but hey, that's all right.
Let's give it a rest for a couple of seconds, and we'll talk just a little bit. I remember years ago being in a band that opened for a really popular group, and we had a guy visiting from England at the time who had been around through all of the big punk rock uprising and seen them all when they were in little clubs and nobody knew anything. And he looked at our band and he looked at the big headliner and he said, "They're just trying to be 76 punks, but you guys are really trying to do something. And you guys are not just, why does somebody do something that is this interesting and this different from every flannel-shirted, Marshall-toting group that you see?"
Yeah. Well, one thing is that I started out a lot older, and I think that has something to do with it. And I think that I lived a lot of the rock and roll cliches as a guy out and about in the clubs. So when I became a beginner musician in my 30s, I really didn't want to, number one, deal with the things that I thought were not worthwhile. So I guess I followed my impulses, and that's what brings me here. That's about the best thing I can say about it. Yeah, no formal training. Although these guys, they come from a really wide background of music.
I want to hear something from these guys about that. I think there's also something about what a 30-year-old pours into his songwriting that is quite different from what a 20-year-old.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, I think so. I mean, back to these guys again, the things that they write now they're 26-ish or whatever they are, is considerably more different and profound than, let's say, what they would have written when they were 18. That much I know. And that's true for me.
And I guess after coming off as being so snide and deprecating, I still love the Ramones and the early Beatles and all of that basic teenage rock and roll stuff. Yeah. But there's a lot of that, and when it's good, it's really great. There isn't so much of this. Have you ever heard of something called, I think it's called In the Aeroplane Over the Sea? I wish I could remember. Look it up sometime. Huh?
Neutral Milk Hotel.
That's what it is. Thank you. Because I somehow or other see an album cover, and it's an album cover for something called American Metaphysical Circus, which is too old probably for anybody in this room. Yeah. So, you are John.
Yes.
Would you be the John of John
Charles? Yes.
So there is really a John Charles. Yes, Virginia, there is a John Charles. Am I out of my mind to have visions of Neutral Milk Hotel?
I don't think so. I don't know what you mean.
Just when I hear this, I hear this. Well, maybe it's just the trumpet. Sometimes I'm easily led astray.
That's a good trumpet.
Where does your musical training come from? I'm wondering what I hear in your bass playing here.
I learned how to play bass from a guy named Graham Chapman. He played here on your show.
All right.
He talked about brooms. Do you remember this at all? It's a long time ago.
And for me, it doesn't even take that much time. I'm part cat. I have no memory.
All right.
Yeah, and everybody will have to forgive me for that. We'll call it part of my charm. So did Graham teach you jazz theory, chord theory? How did he come at it?
No, he didn't do anything. I like his bass playing.
Well, that's good. The Graham Chapman that I'm thinking of died a number of years ago. He was in something called Monty Python. Yes. I'm easily confused again, too. Entirely. So you guys all right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And
I'd like to plug an album called Lumpy.
An album called Lumpy. Whose is yours?
No, this guy right here.
His album is Lumpy. And your album is?
Several albums, but let's focus on Lumpy.
Let's focus on Lumpy. Lumpy without the gravy.
That's right.
And this is?
My name is Brian Highhill.
Brian.
Yes.
All right. You are the guy that doubles on everything, apparently.
Apparently, I guess so. I do what I can.
May I plug a little more of that lumpster? He plays multiple instruments on that one.
What was the first instrument for you?
My first instrument was piano, and my main instrument is trumpet.
But the piano comes in handy when you're writing, doesn't it?
Yeah, very much so, and just learning other instruments too.
How much different stuff do you use on this little electronic marvel here?
Maybe 4 things. At least for John Charles' sake, I use about 4 things.
Otherwise, it's 2.
I've got a buddy. Yeah, I've got a buddy that says I only know how to do 7 things on guitar, and I do them in every song. 4 is plenty.
It's probably got him down, Pat.
If you know, yeah. For him, the 7 is good, and I would bet 4 is if you know how to use them, which, what I've heard thus far, you do.
They all work the same. I just changed the voice.
What about Lumpy, first of all, and then we will go, what about this?
Well, it was nominated for some music awards in New Mexico, and you can get it at my website, which is brianhighhill.com. Brian with the Y, Highhill.
I'll bet you we might not even have that one, so let's mention it a couple of times. BrianHighhill.com,
That's right.
and the record is called Lumpy.
Lumpy's the performing name.
Are we going to hear any of that tonight?
We didn't practice any of it, no.
This is John's night.
All right, this is John's night. We're going to have Lumpy back here sometime real soon. Would you do that for us?
Yes, I will.
Love to hear that. How many of your compositions get tangled up with John?
None. These are all John's originals tonight.
These are all John's tonight. Well, what do you think of him? How do you get tangled up? How do you get involved with John?
I guess I know John through Johnny here from years and years ago, and I just moved back to town and saw one of his shows recently, and he asked me to play tonight, so here I am.
So you're just sort of a sidekick, and you bring all of this.
He's no
Yeah.
sidekick. None of these guys are sidekicks. I'm the sidekick.
I love a front with humility. What do you listen to at home? I always want to get to that with people.
Baker London, the P-Lackers, Lumpy, John Charles, Frank Zappa, the Munsters. You did mention Graham Chapman of the comedy troupe, right? Yes, Sharon Jones. I like to say that I'm as influenced by television and movies as I am musicians and writers.
So that's another thing that occurred to me because there is mood and texture here. And frequently, rock and roll is 1, 2, 3, 4, bam. And we have had other people on the show, and it's always wonderful to see somebody. And I believe I just saw an entire hour-long interview between John Williams and John Williams as the movie score composer.
Yes, yeah.
And the entire discussion is, this scene wouldn't be this scene without the music. And there is a real trick to creating a mood, painting a picture with music.
Yeah.
And that's something that I hear going on here.
Thank you.
What's coming up? I believe there might be actually. Well, let's talk about shows first. What's up?
December 3rd, Butter, 36th and Grand, Minneapolis, 7 to 9 p.m. December 23rd, Oshkosh, Wisconsin, The New Moon, 8 to 10 p.m. January 28th in Northfield, 7 to 9 p.m. at a place called the Acoustic Cafe. And there possibly is one in Decorah coming up with my pals.
Well, is this the big band? Do you play solo? Do these guys always?
Big band for me. For me, this is a big band. Yeah.
So we're all having a good time tonight. I'm trying to think what else I left out. Is there anything in particular? That's it.
New CD. It'll be on iTunes. Get a little close up of that. iTunes and CD Baby and Cheapo Records. It'll be out in about a few days, actually, in those places. And when you come to my shows, you can buy it for the high price of $7. Oh, yeah, okay. You can't mention that.
No,
Okay.
no money.
I was gonna say
No money.
7 pesos.
In Altarian dollars, at the rate of 7 ningies for each pew, that comes out to $1.295. But you can find out all about it on the internet, I bet.
Well, it sounds to me like I'm going to have several reviews from college radio stations, and I look forward to that. That'll make my press kit look pretty darn great.
And everybody needs a press kit, don't they?
I'd like to get onto the restaurants and onto the stages a little more. Yeah.
Or at least on the other side of the grill.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, I know how that happens. You don't get hands like this. Playing guitars, I'll tell ya. I would love to keep talking to you because it sounds like you've actually got something to say, but I think, being as this is TC Muzique, and we are, after all about the music, we should let you speak through that.
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, John Charles.
Doubting Thomas. A 1, 2, 3, 4. I doubt love, I love doubt, I'm doubting all I love. I love doubt, I doubt love, I'm loving all I doubt. I told my love that I was doubting her. She told me to quit doubting her, 'cause she pouts when I'm doubting she. Said, Thomas, quit doubting me. You doubt that you rid yourself of doubt, and that's what this song is all about. It's okay to have a little clout, but you gotta line your doubt account. And I doubt love, I love doubt, I'm doubting all I love. I love doubt, I doubt love, I'm loving all I doubt. I doubt the strength of hypnotherapy. My love wants to try it out on me. I've taken doubt to exceptional heights. I doubt my love will want to love me tonight. I love my doubt, it keeps me safe, but my doubt will surely give me some space. I'd rather love than simply doubt my doubt, 'cause that's what this song is all about. And I doubt love, I love doubt, I'm doubting all I love. I love doubt, I doubt love, I'm loving all I. I love doubt, I'm doubting all I love. I love doubt, I doubt love, I'm loving all I doubt. Thank you. Thank you. This next one's called Positron. Positron, it's on In the Affirmative. Like it nice and simple. Look at the water ripple from inside out. The waves are light and gentle. My mind becomes less mental from inside out. We are free to be loving again. Your brand of optimism smooths over and it isn't from inside out. The uplift that is given makes me feel more like living from inside out. We are free to be loving again. I know we really are united, not even gonna try to fight it. You're the energy that moves me, and you can do your thing right through me. I know we really are united, not even gonna try to fight it. You're the energy that moves me, you can do your thing right through me. I know we really are united, not even gonna try to fight it. And you can do your thing right through me, 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 your thing right through me. Like it nice and simple. Look at the water ripple from inside out. The waves are light and gentle. My mind becomes less mental from inside out. We are free to be Thank you. Thank you very much. We're going to do a jazz number called Twisted, and I wrote a little note here to tell you who wrote it, even though it's a long time ago and you probably won't know these names. Annie Ross and Wardell Gray. You know them well.
Oh, yeah. Half right.
So, we're doing the version that's sort of done by Joni Mitchell. Oh, hang on a second. Holy cats.
Turn that page.
A one. Oh, yeah, give me it. A one, two, three. My analyst told me that I was right out of my head the way he described it. I'd be better dead than live. I didn't listen to his jive. I knew all along that he was all wrong, and I knew that he thought I was crazy, but I'm not. Oh, no, my analyst told me that I was right out of my head. He said I need treatment, I'm not easily led. He said I was the kind that was most inclined, went out of his sight to be out of my mind. And he said I was nuts, no more ifs or ands or buts. They say as a child I appeared a little bit wild with all my crazy ideas, but I knew what was happening, I knew I was a genius. What's so strange when you know that you're a wizard at 3? I knew that this was meant to be. Well, I heard little children are supposed to sleep tight, and that's why I got into the rocker one night. My parents got frantic, didn't know what to do, but I saw some crazy things before I came to. Now, do you think I was crazy? I have been only 3, but I was swinging. They all have been angry young men. They all have been Edison and also an Einstein. So why should I feel sorry if they just didn't understand the idiomatic logic that went on in my head? I'd have played, it was insane. Oh, they used to laugh at me when I refused to ride on those double-decker buses. So there was no driver on the top. I reiterate, no driver on the top. Told me that I was right out of my head, but I said, dear doctor, I think that it's you instead, because I have got a thing that's unique and new to prove that I'll have the last laugh on you, cause instead of one head, I've got 2, and you know 2 heads are better than 1. Twisted. Thank you. The Ballad of Mark and Ruby. My young friend, you are going to play the mandolin like nobody has ever played it before. Okay, there is a film coming out locally made by a man named Mark Perkansky.
Mark Perkansky.
Mark Perkansky, Mark Perkansky. And he's our friend, so we cannot knock him. But at any rate, he's making this film. It's called Ruby, a Dogumentary. And I have the honor and privilege of having written a couple of songs for it. And this could be, I guess, perhaps the title song. I'm not sure. But it's called The Ballad of Mark and Ruby. Let me introduce you to the miracle I call my Ruby. She came into my life at the right place and right time and drew me closer to a softened heart. Even through the toughest spots, she never goes astray. And I know she lights the way. Let me tell you more about the girl I like to call my Ruby. She's got a Doberman form and 4 legs that brought her to me. Undisturbed by ups and downs, seems to me her love abounds. She never goes astray, and I know she lights the way. They got a theory about people like these. They chew on everything, infest you with fleas. The world is burning at my feet, and still they'll say that life is sweet, no matter what you say. And I know she lights the way. Some of you are thinking she is just another dog, conditioned by the feeding suggested by Pavlov. I wish I was more like her, that's what I say. Hey, she may not be the most clever in the pack, but life and death, we got each other's back. If people were more like her, we'd be more than okay. Let me tell you more about the girl I like to call my Ruby. She's got an Doberman form, the universe has brought her to me. Swear that she can read my thoughts, she knows when you are distraught, she never goes astray. And I know she lights the way. I know she lights the way. I know she lights the way. Thank you very much. Ballad of Mark and Ruby. Ruby the documentary, I believe this spring. And speaking of Mark Berkansky, I wrote a song with him. It's called Narcissistic Girlfriend.
But maybe it's C. G or C. Play the chord. Play the first chord, please. G.
So it's just an elementary. Narcissistic girlfriend, no more room on the orbit she's in. Narcissistic girlfriend. I was feeling upset, wearing a beaten frown, so I called my best fella to get the lowdown. One said this and the other said that, but one of them knew just where it's at. He said, let me ask you one little thing, my friend. Does she talk about herself and does it never end? Is her serious, no empty bounds? Does she use the word my more than any noun? I thought for a second and I answered yes. The size of her ego puts me to the test. It's good that I know, but it's sad to see she has a narcissistic personality. Doesn't really listen and doesn't care, conceited and vain, and I'm in despair. Tiptoeing over sensitivity, cured with intense psychotherapy. I thought for a second and I answered yes. The size of her ego puts me to the test. It's good that I know, but it's sad to see she has a narcissistic personality. Narcissistic girlfriend, there's no more room on the orbit she's in. Narcissistic girlfriend, one way out, cause there's no way in. She can be sweet, not a girl from hell, and I'm no angel, but this I can tell you. The honey comes out inconsistently, like when she wants something, yeah, something from me. The reason for me singing this here tune is to educate and indicate to all of you. It's not that she's not your cup of tea. She's got a narcissistic personality. I thought for a second and I answered yes. The size of her ego puts her to the test. It's good that I know, but it's sad to see she has a narcissistic personality. Narcissistic girlfriend, there's no more room on the orbit she's in. Narcissistic girlfriend, there's only one way out, cause there's no way in. Narcissistic girlfriend, narcissistic girlfriend. Narcissistic girlfriend. There's no more room on the orbit she's in. Narcissistic girlfriend. There's only one way out, 'cause there's no way in. Thank you. Thank you very much. Narcissistic girlfriend. Look for it on iTunes pretty soon. We're talking the first of the year or so, Christmas time. This is a song called County Fair. It's about growing up in my hometown and trying to sneak into the county fair all the time. Good fun. Let me take a drink of water.
Take it.
We're live right now.
Yeah, I know we're live, but this is part of the deal. That other stuff doesn't concern me. I just gotta feel natural.
Wow.
Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Here comes the fair. Fond du Lac County Fair. All the dream girls will be on the midway with me and my pals, 'cause we are sneaking in for free. Jump over the fence. Watch out, 'cause I scraped my chest. Badge of honor and worth, 'cause the girls see the blood on my shirt. Never mind that, let's ride the old tilt-a-whirl. Hey there, Cindy J, and you, Laura D. Your boyfriends, they don't care for the likes of my friends and me. Never mind that, let's ride the old tilt-a-whirl. I feel so dizzy. Is it the coming of age? Was there something in that drink? I'm free and easy, 'cause life is a carnival with my friends and me. Here comes the fair. Of course, I'll be there. And maybe we'll see the dream girls of the week, 'cause my pals and me are only in our teens. Hey there, Cindy J, and you, Laura D. Your boyfriends, they don't care for the likes of my friends and me. I feel so dizzy. Is it the coming of age, or is age coming for me? I'm free and easy, 'cause life is a carnival with my friends and me. the fair. Here comes the fair. I will be there. I'll be there. Yes, thank you. County Fair. Oh, here's a really cool old tune. It's said that it's written by a couple of people. I won't tell you their names because I can't read them. Oh, here it is. It said this song is thought to be written by Georgia Turner and Bert Martin. It's House of the Rising Sun. First of all, let me do this.
Turn that page.
Turning the cheat sheets. There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many poor boy. And God, I know I'm one. My mother was a tailor. She sold my old blue jeans, and my father was a gambling man way down in New Orleans. Now the only thing a gambler needs is his suitcase and his trunk, and the only time he's satisfied is when he's on a drunk. Mother, tell your children not to do what I have done. Spend your lives in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun. One foot on the platform and the other on the train, and I'm going back to New Orleans to wear that ball and chain. There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many poor boy. And God, I know I'm one. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm John Charles. This is Mr. Brian Highhill. This is Johnny Becker. And collectively, we're three guys. This one is by Johnny Mercer, and I wrote some extra words to it. So I guess it's by Johnny Mercer and I. It was a hit for Bing Crosby back in 1936. It's called Old Cow Hand. But let me have some water.
Drink her up.
Not to mention turn the page.
It's not funny.
It is. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, and my legs ain't bowed, and my cheeks ain't tan. I'm a cowboy who never saw a cow, never roped a steer, 'cause I don't know how. I ain't a fixin' to start it now. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay, yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, and I learned to ride before I stand. I'm a riding fool who is up to date. I know all the trails in the Lone Star State, 'cause I ride them all in my Ford V8. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay, yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay. Hey, do you like girls? Don't see any around. That bar you go to, women folk cannot be found. Hey, are you lonesome? Do you sleep with the cows? Forget I asked, don't wanna know, no way, no how. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, and I come to town just to hear the band. Well, I know all the songs that the cowboys know about the big corral where the doggies go, 'cause I learned them all on the radio. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay, yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay. Hey, tell us more about the coyotes you see. Or do you only see them when you're at movies? Do you wear leather chaps and spit a lot of chew? Is the sun setting on you? I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, and the West is wild by the borderland, where the buffalo roam around the zoo, and the neighbors make you a rug or two. The old Bar Rex is a barbecue. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay, yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay. Hey, do you like girls? Don't see any around. That bar you go to, women folk cannot be found. Hey, are you lonesome? Do you sleep with the cows? Forget I asked, don't wanna know, no way, no how. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, and there's little else for you to understand. Well, I cook my meals in a microwave. I act real tough and I never shave. My butler tells me that I ain't brave. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay, yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay, yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay. Yes. Thank you very much. Let us proceed with kookification. I'd rather be that than in a rut. I'm in love with cookification. Cookie, she loves me. All through my life's duration, Cookie and I will be happy. I pledge allegiance to my special K. She's the breakfast cereal I crave. Cookie is my favorite cuisine. Not to mention she burns calories. I'm pretty into cookification, still wanna help the world. Not waiting on your permission, I just wanna see the smiles unfurl. I will use cookification, Cookie's trustworthy. I am on permanent vacation because I am with my friend Cookie. I pledge allegiance to my special K. She's the breakfast cereal I crave. Cookie is my favorite cuisine. Not to mention she burns calories. Ooh, Cookie, ooh, Cookie, ooh. Ooh, Cookie, ooh, Cookie. To cookification, that don't mean I'm nuts. And if it does, for clarification, I'd rather be that than in a rut. I'm in love with cookification, Cookiness, she loves me. All through my life's duration, Cookie and I will be happy. Ooh, Cookie, ooh, Cookie. Ooh, Cookie, ooh, Cookie. Brian Highhill, Johnny Becker, thanks you guys. Appreciate it.